cinema matinee. I ain't got $7.50 to pay.
Everybody now.
It's scary to me.
What, talking
A
cars?
whole world of possessed talking cars rolling by themselves. Some Stephen King shit. I know what this is.
Do you piss yourself every time you watch a Chevron commercial?
Yeah, I do. Scream. I guess in this world, when they say pimp my ride, they really mean pimping your ride.
Shut up, bitch.
I felt like I was watching a really f***ing long Chevron commercial that would not end.
Yes. You know what?
These car movies, these really are for kids. Nothing wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
these little badass kids out there, if that's what they want. But I feel unsatisfied.
If this had come out from a different company, say this was DreamWorks,
DreamWorks,
or
yeah.
Warner Brothers, or Fox, I'd be like, well, okay, I kind of knew what I was getting into, tons of car puns. But with Pixar, you've come to expect more.
The Last Cars, which came out in 2006, that was a hit. And this movie opened back up in Radiator Springs when Mater the tow truck hears Italian race car Francesco Banali bragging about his greatness on a Larry King type show. He calls in to defend his best friend, Lightning McQueen, who's voiced by Owen Wilson. That's when you first could tell, like, Mater's kind of racist, because he's like, you tell that Italian guy right there.
You tell that wop, he better not say nothing about my friend. I mean, he stopped just short of saying that.
Also on the show is Sir Miles Axelrod, voiced by Eddie Izzard, who sets up a grudge match between the two racing champions in Tokyo, which he sponsors with his new alternative green fuel. By the way, that spelling of Tokyo is Towkyo. You get it right there?
Yeah.
Clever,
Yes.
caddies.
And while they're there, Mater, somehow, because of his dumbassery, gets mistaken for an American spy by British super agent Finn McMissile, who's voiced by Michael Caine, and his partner Holly Shiftwell, voiced by Ellamy Mortimer. Pixar's done two films which they provided sequels for. One of them is Toy Story, of course, the next one's Cars. But when you see Toy Story, you feel like, okay, they were not going to do this unless they felt like really inspired to do it.
Yeah.
I guess they took some exit polls or they did some marketing figures or whatever, and they realized, like, you know what, who people really want? They want Mater.
It could have been me. Because I remember at the time coming out of Cars, I was like, man, I'm just not a big Owen Wilson fan. However, Larry the Cable Guy's Mater, I expected to hate him, and he was kind of charming.
You're the reason why we got Larry the Cable Guy health inspector, witness protection program.
No, don't put that shit on me, man. I never meant a whole movie. An hour and a half of him is way too much.
It should be called Cars 2 Mater's Adventures.
Yeah.
At least he was giving me something. And Mater's also the heart here. I mean, when he gets his feelings hurt a few times, I'm like, oh, he's just retarded. He don't know no better.
You know what?
Which are
I'm sorry. My feeling when he got his feelings hurt, when he finally like realized what a dumbass he was being, or somebody told him off, I thought good.
See, I guess I like Mater because all the other characters just seem kind of flat.
But they also very stereotypical.
Cheech
Marin
playing
as a
fucking
lowrider.
lowrider car. Yeah.
And just like, you know, all the Italian cars talk like organ grinders and pizza makers.
Oh, yeah. And of course, they got a black woman car like, I got to get some cooling up in me, girl. You know, all the cars in Tokyo have big blue eyes. I'm like, why don't you just give them like little slinty windshields, you know, at this point?
Why don't you just have them like wreck all over the place?
That's only when they come to America. So sorry. Oh, so sorry. They got little cameras at the front of their car.
No, they're using headlights for cameras the whole time.
Get out of here. When they go to Tokyo, I like most of the sight gags there. I like all the racing, all the jokes that they make to like the game shows, the cartoons. I was really expecting to see hentai car porn at some point.
They had those vending machines. I was like, I wonder what a car's panties look like.
You probably wouldn't want a car panties smell like that. Most of the visual gags in Japan seem to be the most clever stuff in the movie, although it was kind of brief.
The biggest thing that we're forgetting to talk about here is the whole spy angle, which is a good 80% of this whole movie, which does not work.
We've seen this whole spy subplot over and over again.
Way too often.
Yeah, way too often. It's like if you've seen any spy parody, not in a movie, but on a commercial, right down to generic parody spy music, I'm like, outside of just, you know, a little faster pace, a little more action, I think that story-wise, this is probably weaker than the first car.
I'd say it definitely is.
Right this way.
Doggone it, this is about my hook, ain't it? I know I should have checked it, but I can't miss it. Look, it's attached to me. Hey, I know you. You're that fella from the karate demonstration.
I never properly introduced myself. Finn McMissile, British intelligence.
Toll Mater, average intelligence.
And yeah, it's completely uninspired. These characters are even shallower than they were before. It's for children, but it's for new children. I think any kid,
for babies who can't open up their eyes.
so I just give it a rental.
Okay.
Man, this movie needed AAA. Really, it did. It needed to get the out of here. This movie is some old bullshit. I just did not care.
I think that all the spy stuff that we don't like, I think kids are going to love that. I think kids are going to love the gadgetry. I think it's a beautiful looking film. I mean, granted, there's hardly any organic thing in here, so all the slickness of it comes across well in CG. It's all shiny, it's all pristine, so I think it's a good looking film. But I would be lying if I said this doesn't feel like it was originally planned to be a DVD release that had more money thrown at it. And it hurts me. It hurts me that this is the first Pixar movie that I will have to give a rental. And I am sorry, I'm still wondering how these cars are f***ing each other, how these cars having sex.
So let me get this straight. You're weirded out by a Chevron commercial.
Yes, I am. Still am.
But you want to see cars have sex.
That is frightening, but in a hot kind of way.
And completely believable.